Good morning.
Canada, you need.
Okay.
Just so you know, I can only see 3/4 of your mat.
But don't turn that into.
Okay, yeah. Yeah,
This is
yeah, I can see you. I just can't see the front of the mat, but as long as it doesn't matter. Okay.
I'll move back.
Okay.
So everybody gets a bonus.
There. Yeah, the camera angle is a little off today. I don't know. I'm screwing around with it and trying to figure it out. It doesn't pivot the way the other one did. Okay, let's go. Here we go. Feet nice and wide. Take a big deep breath. And now come down halfway. Bring your arms by your side. Just hang out here. Pull the belly in. Now you want to proud out your chest. Keep your spine nice and long and your neck. And now take your arms out to the side like an airplane and just hold them there. Try to lift them a little bit higher. And then relax the palms down and let them connect. And then you're going to sweep them back out to the side. Keep them nice and long, like you're trying to touch both sides of your room. And then let the palms come down and connect again. And one last time, out to the side. And now come back up to standing and take the arms back by your side. Lift them back behind you as far as you can. And now lean forward a little bit here. So you got a little hip hinge going on. Now from here, you're going to sweep the arms forward. So you're making a sort of a Y. If your feet together, it would look more like a Y. And now bring the arms down and sweep them out to the side. And bring them down and sweep them back. Now let's just do this 2 more times. Bring them forward. Shift your hips back as far as they'll go. Then the arms out to the side with your thumbs facing up. And now take them back. When you take them back, the palms are facing the floor. Let's do that 1 more time. Bring them forward. Keep them nice and wide. And then to the side with your thumbs up. And then backwards. Really proud out your chest here. And now relax the arms. Take your hands to your legs and you're going to just slide down nice and slow. Keeping your hands on your shins. You're going to hold it till you think that your torso is parallel to the floor. And just hold on this spot. If your legs are nice and straight, you should be feeling a big stretch in the back of the legs. Now step your feet in a little bit, so they're more like hip width apart. Shift your hips backwards, so you're really weighting heavy into your heels. And now we're going to go into a full fold. So you're going to let your head go, your spine goes into flexion, and you totally unweight the upper body. Getting some nice good blood flow to the face. Try to keep those legs as straight as you can. Big deep breaths. Okay, fingertips out in front. We're going to get a little tug of war going on. So walk your fingertips as far forward as they will go as you try to drive your hips backwards. We're stretching our lats. Keep your head positioned wherever it makes your neck feel okay. Now, once you got those fingers as far forward as they're going to go, I want you to take big, deep breaths so you feel the ribs expand. 3 of them. So try to inhale on 4 counts. And then exhale on 4 counts. Okay, now just relax. Let the top of the head just fall towards the floor. Completely unweight the upper body. In fact, let's just fold the arms here for a sec. Take a few breaths. Okay, let's take the hands to the floor, walk them forward, and step your feet back so you're in a plank position. And let's drop the knees to the floor. They should be hip width apart. We're gonna keep our toes tucked under. Bring your palms in a little bit so you've got them right, your wrists under your shoulders. You're gonna drop your chest down towards the floor. And then push away from the floor. So scapular movement. Pushing as far away as you can and dropping down as close with your chest to the floor as you can. Just do that a few more times. Okay, now come back to that neutral spine. Take your left hand, place it forward to the front of the mat, and you're going to thread the needle. So you take your right arm, you slide it to the left, and you lower the right shoulder down towards your mat. It might get there, it might get close. All you're looking for is a nice stretch on the outside of that arm. Just relax. Hold your head up off the floor so you're actually using those neck muscles. We're going to stay here and breathe a few more times. Okay, let's come back up and we're just going to switch over to the other side. So take that right arm forward, slide the left one down, lowering that left shoulder. And let's bring it back up. We're going to do some cat-cows, 3 or 4 of them. Go at your pace. I like to sort of hang out where I'm really separating those shoulder blades, drifting my hips back a little bit, and then falling into the shoulders. Take your gaze forward. And just repeat that a few more times. You want to be mindful to keep pulling that belly in while you do these. Okay, let's come back to that neutral spine. You're going to lift the knees off the floor. You're in bear. Just hold it for a breath or two. And now take it to a small dog. Let's drive the heels to the floor and straighten out the legs. Relax here for 4 big, huge breaths. And let's meet back in bear, hovering the knees 1 inch off the floor. Now open the knees to the edges of the mat, come onto the tops of your feet, and sit back on your heels. We're going to slide the palms forward to the corners of the mat, so you're opening them wide. Keep your head up off the floor. The focus here is to lower the chest towards the floor. Big, huge breaths. Excuse me. Okay, back up onto all fours, bring those knees in, tuck the toes under. You're right back to that small downward facing dog. We're going to lift up nice and high onto our toes. So get those heels high. Now drive them towards the floor. Now give me a little bend in your knee. We're trying to stretch out the lower calf muscles. So if you've got that little bend in the knee and you're pushing your heels down, you should feel a nice stretch there. Okay, go back to a straight leg. Get nice and high in the toes one last time. Little more weight coming into the arms, which is fine. Drive the heels back down. Bend your knees again. Pushing the heels towards the floor. Now step your feet farther back so you're in more of a normal downward facing dog. And come back forward to plank. We're going to do a little hover and go right to up dog. So you're on the tops of your feet, just chilling and relaxing. Proud out the chest. Now, we're slowly going to bend the elbows and lower the chest all the way down to the floor. As soon as you get there, nice and slowly, then I want you to pick yourself back up to where you just were. Nice. Hold here for another breath. We're going to slowly lower back down again. Keep the elbows close to the side of your body as you lower down. Chest to the floor, your face is just looking down. Now you're going to pick yourself back up again. Holding up here. Proud out that chest. You're actively trying to pull the stomach in even while you're in this position. Okay, come back down for the last time, nice and slow. And instead of landing the chest down, we're going to come onto our forearms into baby cobra. So just chill out here. Breathe. Keep pulling the belly in. Okay, we're going to tuck the toes under. You're going to keep your knees down on the floor, but we're going to pick our hips up and get them in line with our back. Keep drawing the stomach down to, up towards the spine. It wants to hang out, don't let it. Now lower the hips slowly, moving in slow motion. Put them back down on the floor. Take your gaze forward. And we're going to do that again, slowly. Pick your hips up. Pull in that belly. And slowly lower. And one last time, pick them back up. Strong through the belly. Now, isometrically, let's start to pull the elbows towards the knees. Create that really strong activation in the belly. Breathe through it. Now release it and lower the hips. We're going to do this 2 more times. So you're back down with your hips on the floor. And now we're going to slowly pick them back up. But as you do it this time, drive your elbows to your knees at the same time. And slowly lower back down. And pick it back up. Drive those elbows to knees. Really tight through that stomach. And slowly lower. You're going to take your hands back by your chest. You're going to keep your face off the floor, but you're looking straight down at the floor. Now let's retract the shoulders. I want you to use your erectus spinae muscles that run along your spine. So feel them engage and just hold this. Your chest is up. Now make sure that neck has no wrinkles in it. You want to be looking directly down at the floor. Now, if you haven't pulled the stomach up to the back, do it now. And breathe while you do it. Okay, grab a towel. You're going to turn your face to the side and put your head down and relax. Let it all hang out. Now pick the face back up again. You're looking directly at the floor. Lift your chest. This time, hollow out the belly. Take the hands 1 inch off the floor. Just hold your chest up. Breathe. And turn your head to the side. Relax. Let it go. Pick your face up. No wrinkles in the neck. Belly in. Chest up. Hands up. Now I want you to lift your elbows a little higher up towards the ceiling and squeeze them towards each other while you hold this and breathe. And push yourself up, and let's all meet in a child's pose. We're going to stretch out those muscles. Lower back. Sit on your heels. Any version of child's pose that you like. You're here for 5 big, huge breaths. Okay, come on back up onto all fours. Let's do some cat-cows before we move on. So you're going to round your back, look at your knees, shift your hips back a little bit, and drop back into the shoulders. And just do that a few more times. Okay, let's take it to a small downward dog, driving your heels to the floor. Hold here for 3 or 4 breaths. Make sure your head is relaxed. You're not straining your neck. Straighten out those legs. Now, lift your left leg up, back behind you. Keep your right heel on the floor. Keep your hips square. Now lower that left leg, do the same with the right. And switch again. So you're just lifting and lowering the legs. Try to do it slowly though, don't rush. You're waking up your hamstrings and glutes. Okay, step your feet further back. So now you're in your regular down dog. Do the same thing, lift that left leg. And then lift the right. Nice. Now let's take this left foot this time, and I want you to bring it all the way forward between your hands. And we're going to slowly lower the right knee down to the floor, but I want you to slide it back. So you feel your hips coming forward. I have my left hand on the outside of my left foot, and I've got my right hand under my right shoulder. I'm going to just pull my hips backwards, and I'm going to take my toes on the left foot up towards the ceiling. So I've got my hands really far forward, so I'm feeling a stretch in my lats. I'm also feeling it in the back of this left leg. Now let's bring it forward slowly. Let the hips come as far forward as they can and just hang out. If it feels uncomfortable for that right knee, find a towel. Let's take it back again, toes up. Bring the hips as far back as you can get them. And then come forward. And bring the hips as far forward as they will go. So you're getting a nice stretch through your groin and that right hip flexor. Okay, we're taking it back one more time. Toes up. Maybe try to go a little further. Play around. Explore. You never know. Okay, come forward, step that foot back. You're in plank. We're going to do a little hover and we're going to meet in up dog. On the tops of your feet again, hanging out here. You can have your knees down, or if you had your Wheaties this morning, get those knees off the floor. Just hold that body strength here. Okay, put your knees down, tuck those toes under. Let's take it right back to a downward facing dog. Four count breathing today. And when you breathe in and you breathe out. Okay, let's bring this right foot all the way up this time. Slowly lower the left knee to the floor. Let your hips relax forward. Hands are down on the floor. Try to keep them the same place you had them on the left side as you drive the hips backwards. Right toes press up towards the ceiling. Straighten out that right leg. Come forward. And take them back. Toes up. Try to go a little further. And come forward. And take them back last time, toes up. Okay, now come forward, step that foot backwards. Now you're in your high plank position. We're going to take our left knee to our left elbow and step that foot back. And stay on that left leg and just do that 4 more times, nice and slow. Drive it forward and then step the foot back. If you don't need to put the foot down on the floor when you step it back, keep the leg up. So there's no movement of the body. The only thing moving is the leg. Now let's try doing it on the right side. Nice and slowly. Got a nice little reprieve coming up, so challenge it now. So we're going to take it to a down dog just for a second to give our shoulders a little bit of relief. Now pull back to your plank. Take your right foot up behind your left hand and let's take it to a pigeon. So you're going to lower those hips, sliding your left leg back. Come down on your forearms. Find a nice happy place and do that 4 count breathing 6 times. Okay, bring yourself back up onto your forearms. If you're not already there, then take it to your hands. You're gonna step back to that high plank again, and let's go right to down dog. Meet me back in your plank. Take your left foot up behind the right hand this time. Start sliding the right leg back, lowering your hips. You're either down on your forearms or you're stretched all the way out. 6 breaths. Come on back up onto your forearms, then your palms. You're just gonna slide your right leg forward. We're gonna come into staff pose with your heels. Just take your feet to the corners of the front of your mat. You're sitting up nice and tall. Bring your arms out in front. Now I want you to give me a big forward lean. Your spine is nice and long. And then take it back. And go beyond your hips this time. So you really feel like you have to engage the belly, but don't round the lower back. Keep it long. And then bring it forward. And we're just kind of seesawing it forward and back, slowly and with control. Belly draws in and come back up. Belly stays in. Reach and go back again. Now hold it back with your belly in and lift your arms up, straight up to the ceiling. Little work for the hip flexors. Pick up the right foot and lower it down, and then pick up the left and lower it down. And just keep alternating slowly. And if you need to take a break and sit up, do it. Right now you're sucking in the stomach. 1 more on each leg. Okay, come back up, sit up nice and tall, and now lift the arms up. This should feel challenging in and of itself. Keep your neck nice and long. Hold here just for a breath or 2 more. And now we get to lower the arms. Now we get to round the back. So you're going to just fold between the legs. Spine is in flexion. Forearms down on the floor. Nice little reprieve for that low back. Let your head go. Just chill out. Okay, pick it back up. You're going to step your right foot inside the left leg. It can be by the shin, the knee, or your thigh. Take this right knee and push it down towards the floor as you walk your hands forward. Keep your spine long till the hands can't go anymore, and then lower the elbows and lower the head. You pick the elbows up, slide your hands back in, and let's switch sides. So make sure you start out nice and tall and try your best to lower the left knee towards the floor. Walk it out with your spine long. Once you can't go anymore, just lower the elbows and relax the head. Okay, lift the elbows up, slide your hands in. You're gonna sit up cross-legged, nice and tall. Actively now driving both knees down towards the floor. Your belly is nice and retracted inside, and you're gonna walk those hands out just like we did before, as far as they can go, and then lower both elbows to the floor and let the head relax. Try to have both your sit bones on the floor. Now, elbows up, slide your hands back. You're going to cross your legs the other way and do the same stretch. Driving the knees down, walking the hands out, lowering the elbows and relaxing your head. And take it back up. Open the legs nice and wide this time with your feet flexed. You're nice and tall through your core. Walk the hands out again, as far as you can get them. And we're just going to hold on this spot. So you haven't rounded your back yet. Your toes are pointing straight up to the ceiling. Keep inching the hands forward. You should have nice long arms out in front. Now try to take those toes and move them towards the back of the room. Even if they don't go, you feel the difference in the stretch on the inner legs. Now lower the elbows, relax the head. Slowly come back up. However you get there, doesn't need to look fancy. Turn your chest over facing this left leg. We're going to slide your hands down the leg till your face is over the knee. It might touch the knee, it might get close, doesn't matter. Just find a feel-good spot and hang out here for 3 or 4 breaths. Try to do that 4-count breathing as often as you can. Okay, let's slowly bring it up. We're going to open the chest now to face the right leg, slide it down. So you're probably looking down at your knee. You can explore different angles, lifting that left shoulder up for the chest, the torso. Sort of play around with what feels good for your body. Okay, let's walk it back up. We're going to bring the legs together. I'm going to have you shake them out. You're going to Pilates style it all the way down. So bring your arms out in front. You're going to round the back and suck in the stomach. Come on down nice and slowly. And once you're down, let the arms go all the way back behind you. Reach them nice and long. Now, when you come back up with, I want you to come up with the arms and I want you to try to sink your rib cage. Keep the belly pressing down. So your core is like sort of locked down really tight. Keep that and now take the arms back. Try not to let the ribs puff up. And then bring the arms back forward again. And this time you're going to clasp the fingers together, interlocking the fingers, and now take the arms all the way back. When I say all the way, I mean whatever your range of motion is where you're at. Bring them all the way forward this time. And then all the way back one more time. And back up, you're going to take the arms by your side, get nice and flat on your shoulder blades so your chest is nice and proud. We're going to make goal posts with our arms. So you've got your elbows out to the side, lined up with the shoulders. So take a look at each one, make sure you got it in the right place. You've spread your fingers wide, your palms are facing forward. Now, keeping the shoulders in exactly the same spot as they are, you're going to let the hands in slow motion move forward. The minute you feel the shoulders wanting to round forward is when you stop, because you got to keep them in the same place that you started. And now take them all the way back, so the back of the hand is down on the floor. Bring them forward again. No cheating with those shoulders. And back down. We know you could probably touch your hands to the floor if you rounded the shoulders, but that's not the purpose of this exercise. Just do this a few more times. You might be gaining a little bit more range. That's the idea. Okay, let's bring the arms down on the floor, fingertips only. Step those feet in a little bit so you got a tiny, tiny bend. I want you to turn your toes to touch. I want you to just start this with fingertips only, so no arms on the floor. And all you're doing is pressing your heels down and your knees together. Now adding on, you sort of take those heels while you're pressing them down, try to pull them towards your butt. So you got the entire legs active. Squeeze those knees a little harder. And now try to pick that butt up, lift it up off the floor. But please don't release that squeeze. Okay, let it go. You're going to bring that left knee into the chest. Keep your right calf on the floor. Give that left leg a nice hug. Now take your hands behind the hamstring and try to straighten that leg by driving the heel up towards the ceiling. Toes press down towards your face. Let the leg go and try to hold it in exactly that same spot. Now, in slow motion, you're going to release that leg all the way down to the floor. You've got it locked out and you're pushing the heel away from you the whole time you're taking it down. It's really slow motion. Once it's down, give that right knee a big hug. Please do your best to keep your left calf on the floor. Hands to the hamstring, interlock them, flex your right foot, pick that heel up towards the ceiling, move that leg back. I'd like it straight. Toes press down towards your face. Let that leg go, try to keep it where it is, so you're pushing it back without the use of your hands. Now, slow-mo, take it down, pushing the heel out. Okay, your feet are hip width apart, slide them in, so you got big bends in the knees. Let's pelvic tilt up. So you're pressing that low back into the floor, and then reverse it. Pelvic goes down towards the floor. So you have a huge space between that lower back and your mat. Now do it again, flip the pelvis up. And roll it forward. And take it back. Nice, now keep that low back on the floor where you have it. Just let your arms relax by your side. Maybe at a 45-degree angle from your body. And then you're just gonna let the knees fall to the left side. Now while they're down there, keep your right shoulder on the floor. And try to lower the right knee using your leg muscle a little closer to the floor. Now, take this right arm straight up towards the ceiling. So you've got your palm facing the left side of the room. Now take that arm backwards. Spread the fingers wide. Take it back, maybe till the thumb touches or hovers just above the floor. Hold it right there. Do that 4 count breathing. Bring the arm back up, put it down on the floor, relax it. 1 knee at a time, bring it back up. Give me that pelvic tilt so you feel the low back on the floor. Let the knees go right. Keep your left shoulder down to start. And use that left knee to lower it a little more towards the floor. Take that left arm straight up to the ceiling. Palm faces the right side of your room. Take the arm back. Spread the fingers wide.
I found this on the web.
You're moving the arm back until you feel that thumb hover right above the floor. Now do that 4 count breathing. Bring the arm back up. Let it relax on the floor. 1 knee comes back up first and then follow it by the other. We are almost out of time. Walk your heels in a little closer to your butt. And then you're just gonna let them roll left. And as soon as they get down, pick them back up and roll right. So you're kind of massaging your hips here. Just go side to side. Nice. Now on this one, bring it back up. Now you're gonna take both knees into the chest. Low back is on the floor. We're gonna make a nice little circle with your knees together. Nice little massage for your lower back. Get some good blood flow there. Change the direction. Nice. Now let's rock and roll all the way up. So we're up on our toes. Stay nice and high on those feet. Lift the heels as high as you can. Hold on this spot just for a sec. Okay, meet me in a full forward fold with your head relaxing. Try to drift those hips backwards. Try to keep your legs straight. We're going to roll up 1 vertebrae at a time. So your back is in flexion.
Go very slowly with your belly pulling up and into the spine.
Once you're up, take a nice big deep breath. And I thank you so much for your power and strength. Have a wonderful day. I hope you all feel fabulous. Lots of good stretching there.
It was.
Help Sue with her heavy